What's going on YouTube? It's me again, Manny at Manny Mods Garage, and I got a pretty cool video for you guys. In this video, we're going to be talking about how I lower the Challengers and Chargers for my kids. Yes, those little ride-on toys that you guys see a lot of my content. You guys have been asking for it, now you got it. I'm going to show you the process, the tools necessary for this job, and all the steps included in making the wheels look deep dish and all cool and accessorized. So thank you for watching, and please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I need your help so we can make this channel a lot bigger and I can give you guys more content. So see you soon. This specific one, he wanted it in orange so it can match his HELLCAT, his orange Charger HELLCAT, and so that he can say that he has all three. He's got a Trackhawk, HELLCAT Charger, and a HELLCAT Challenger for his son. You got a forward reverse lever. You have this little light switch, of course, the on. It's got a voltage indicator. These things come already pre-charged, and it has Bluetooth, FM radio. You can connect your phone to it. You have FM, AM, the volume. You have a few other little things here and there. So it's pretty cool. The little horn, you plug it in. It's got little batteries you can plug. It's got a little horn section. So I was very impressed with the details behind this little car. The seats come with SRT on them. It's got a remote, so in case he doesn't want to have his son drive it, he can drive it for him. And of course, if your son's a little younger, your kid's a little younger, there you go. It's pretty sweet. So yeah, I would say the details on this car, I would give it like an 8 out of 10 because it looks pretty close to the original HELLCAT. It's got a little HELLCAT emblem on it. The wheels are pretty sweet because they come with little Brembos. So yeah, and then you got your little caps that look just like the wide body. It says SRT. Does the visor. So you just put that right here. So, yeah.
Hey guys, Manny Mods Garage, and I would like to welcome you guys to my garage today. And today I'm going to be working on a Challenger for my good friend. I did the other couple challenges over there in the Charger, but it's all good.
What is up with you, man?
And today I got this gigantic Sasquatch behind me. He's about to help me help him fix his Challenger up for his son's birthday. So stay tuned. We're about to show you guys the tools required, the process behind the making on this beautiful bad boy. So it's gonna be pretty cool. All right, stay tuned. All right, y'all, so the first things first, let's get all the stuff we're not gonna use out of the way. So for now, we're gonna move the wheels out the way. This just helps get all the clutter out the way. That, because man, as you're starting to do things here and there, it's just going to get really annoying. Everything's just going to be in the way. Look at you see that? You guys get the idea. We're going to need the grinder tool, and we're going to need this little table saw style thing shit. To be honest, I'm not a freaking carpenter. I'm a mechanic. I don't know much about this stuff. I should know about this, but I don't know much about this. But I bought both of these guys for like 30 bucks at Harbor Freight, I think. But pretty inexpensive. This is basically what you're gonna need other than a screwdriver, 2 flathead Phillips. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wanna get one of these metal grinders, saw things. So, yeah. All right, y'all, so you disconnect the power from this little tray right here. You guys will know what that is. We're gonna flip this car over. And we wanna remove this tray. The process we're doing right now is we're gonna lower the car first. It's very easy, believe it or not. This little car, the frame, the way it was built, so simple to actually lower. So we're going to take this car and slam it like the other 2 vehicles that you guys saw earlier. And we just pretty much want to take away like an inch or an inch and a quarter, inch and a half away, so that it gets that lowered ground effect stance looking, so that your kid can look different than all the other little kids in the park. we're gonna wanna unscrew the frame from here. There's a ground wire that's attached here. So we're just gonna unscrew that screw, take these 3 out. We're gonna take all these little screws out. So basically there's 9 screws we gotta remove, plus this little screw right here as well. The 13mm takes this one out. Okay, let's put that to the side. What I like to do is I like to get this tray over here, and I'll put all my bolts in this under tray. So just to help, so you don't lose your stuff. So we get this bolt out. That's basically your little steering mechanism. So when he turns the steering wheel, it'll turn the wheels. That's a little motor. Okay, I'm gonna take off these screws like I said earlier. Next step is once you take all these little bolts out, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna disconnect the actual steering column, the little, I guess you could say, yeah, steering rack. Slide this out. All right, here's the cool part. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna cut these out with the grinder, and then we're gonna flip it to the other side. That's gonna help slam this vehicle and get that ground effect that we're trying to achieve. So let's get some safety glasses. Let's start cutting these little tabs out. So as you can see here, when you actually had this bone stock or whatever, it was kind of like this. So we had 6 bolts up, 6 bolts up here, 3 up here. We're gonna flip it to make it even lower. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this under here, and it's gonna sit just like this. That's the trick to this. All right, and then we're gonna put the steering rack on with the washers and so on and so forth. It's all that takes to get the front slammed. We're gonna reinforce this. So you wanna stop at your local hardware store and basically common mechanical skills, get some bolts, washers, and nuts, and we're gonna get 3 sets. And that's gonna be for these 3 brackets right here so that it can withstand any weight for any kid. Yes, you're modifying the vehicle, so you're gonna wanna make sure that it's gonna hold and it's gonna be better than OEM. To be honest with you, this is for kids, for little babies, 50, 60 pounds. You don't wanna have, you know, this weak hardware when you're gonna modify and take things apart. You don't wanna look like a clown going to a car show and your kid's just hopping around, the wheels falling off from the bottom. So yeah, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna get a drill bit, we're gonna drill some bigger holes here, and we're gonna put 3 nuts, washers, and bolts just so that everything can hold up a little tighter. I'll show you guys in a second what we're talking about. What type of luck is that? We're gonna replace these screws with some forged industrial regular Walmart screws. I like that way better. Way stronger. Okay, now we're gonna add our little modification thing we did. I like to put 2 lock-in washers. This works better for me. y'all, one thing I forgot to mention, ground wires right here, we're relocating it back here. You can't do it anymore on the other side. So I'm gonna take this back out. Pretty good. Some tape on that, a little zip tie. If I could do this, I'm pretty sure it's safe. I'm gonna put this back on like it was before. First, we're just checking, making sure everything is good. And then we're gonna put it back on officially. So, we're gonna add some spacers to this bad boy. At this point, it's at your discretion. It's all depending on how you cut it. So I'm just gonna add more spacers until it feels low enough, but also just as comfortable as it needs to be. We're gonna get those 2 spacers that we cut off, and we're gonna reuse these. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put them underneath where they were, and basically replace them and then put the washers back on with the screws. And that should finalize this whole process, guys. So let's keep on going. Don't forget to put the actual nut with the washer for the steering axle up here. And then we're gonna tighten everything up. Don't tighten it too tight because then it won't turn. So here's gonna be our test fit. We're gonna take the factory wheel and we're gonna take the lock nut and washer. There's 2 washers here. The bigger one goes inside, it's pretty obvious. Put the wheel on. I'm gonna put the smaller washer outside. We're gonna test fit this. She goes on pretty well. Alright, now we know these wheels work and they function great. Let's flip it back upside down. Want to test the steering. Want to make sure everything basically clears as you turn. This one's a lot easier, guys, than the actual pink Charger. The pink Charger is a pain in the butt to modify. You have to cut a lot of plastic for the wheels to turn. Take this axle out, put it to the side. These are the little motors, move them to the side. Okay. And then we're gonna take these 2 caps out. There's gonna be springs and all types of suspension that we're never gonna use. Begins. This is where the carnage is gonna start, okay? What we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be drilling a hole through this whole thing just so that we can slam this car a lot lower. We're gonna drill a hole here, I don't know, 1 inch underneath, and then we're gonna drill all this out. We're gonna cut all this out, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. I start off with a 1/2 inch drill bit. It was like Orange Crush. this is, as you already know, we're trying to lower the car. We're trying to make it lower. Same thing. The point is that the wheels, they're gonna spin on the axle. The axle does not spin. So it doesn't have, if it's on there tight, don't worry about it. Please do yourself a favor and don't freak out that you have to make the axle spin. It's not. The motors are what spin the wheels. The wheels are gonna spin freely on the actual axle. So don't kill yourself trying to figure that out, okay? Because I did it. So the motor's back on. All right. It's good to go. And let's do a little quick test fit. See how it sticks out? We want this to go in. So the way, in order to accomplish that, we gotta shave off some of this excess plastic right here. We're just gonna trim it down. Once we trim it down, the wheel should go in just a hair more so it can look a little more, I guess, aesthetic. All right, y'all, another thing we want to do is we're gonna want to shave these little motors down a little bit to have more clearance for the wheels. So you see this plastic right here? Don't cut a lot of it. Cut about 1/4 of an inch, maybe 1/8 of an inch, just so that you still have enough grab so they can grab the wheels. I'll show you an example of what I'm talking about. Here's the wheel. You want to have enough for it to grab. Okay. The reality, all you need is about 1/4 of an inch because there's plenty of space in there. It'll grab the wheel just fine. So we're just gonna shave just a hair off of it just for a little more clearance. All right, guys, so we're gonna put this wheel back on. It's just a little bit of play is all we're looking for. And to get that wheel there, perfect fit, man. Fender over the wheel, real nice and comfortable, real nice. A little more aesthetic look to it. Happy birthday! Chance! Good job. All right, y'all. So in this process, it's gonna be a little delicate. Depending on where you get your pans from, yes, dog bowls or baking pans, 8 inches or 7 inches, depending on which ones you get. I'm gonna actually put this in the description, by the way. You have to measure these bowls based off the inner diameter. You're gonna measure the inside, not the outside, the inside. Why? Because you have to cut that inner diameter so that this can fit snug inside the wheel. Then we have to cut this wheel in half, basically.
Just
8 inches. You want to chop it off at 8 inches. So it already has a pre-cut hole, basically. That's for the axle to go through. Get a drill bit that's somewhat right. Get it right in the middle best as you can. Remember, it's a car toy for kids. It's not a real performance car. so what we did was we drilled 5 little holes here. We put 5 screws in there. Remember, there's different ways of doing things. You can put a glue around here if you wanted to, but honestly, let's be serious. Your kids are gonna go crazy. They're gonna go off-roading with this thing. They're gonna jack it up, they're gonna destroy it. But the main reason why it doesn't matter is because you're gonna have a main nut with washers, locking washers. Anyways, you're gonna have a main nut and washers go through the middle. It's gonna hug everything, it's gonna squeeze everything real tight. I can prove it to you guys. My kids already done everything I'm talking about, and that one stay together. So right now what we're doing is we're getting the test fit going. We already painted the wheels the way we wanted. They're gold. So what we're trying to get done is we're basically trying to put it together, a big old sandwich of washers, nuts, bolts, and whatever it takes to get the job done. So after you see the screws are put, by the way, we put more screws. For example, in the back of it, we put more wood screws, very thick pitch wood screws. It'll hold it together. Again, this is for kids, man. This is for cars. Don't judge me. If you guys can do it better, show me. And then I'll take consideration. I'll do it next time. But at the end of the day, this is how we do it. Very simple. Some wood screws together, put it together how you like it, and it works. All right, y'all, so check it out. What we did here is we got the screws on here on the bowl. We got it reinforced. It's tight. It's good. The rim is painted. It's ready to go on, as you can tell. Now, so what we see here is this. Here is the factory hardware that came with it. And so that's the simple stuff. So come around here. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. So the way it's supposed to be is you gotta put this washer, put the wheel, right? And then over here, you'll put this washer and you'll put the nut. Now, however, the big issue we have here is the wheel, since we cut and we made it deeper, it's gonna have some play. So in order to compensate for the play, what we're gonna do is, we're gonna put the 2 washers behind it, put the wheel face on it. We got a makeshift little PCV style washer. You just gotta cut it in 4s, drill a hole so it can fit snug. Gonna fit that on there. And we're gonna put the factory washer back on with the nut. As you can tell, everything's back to normal. And there's no more play. The wheel spins fine, there's no wobble to it, everything is perfect the way it's supposed to be, just like factory. Whatever play you see up here, it's from the actual steering system. This car's a little toy car, so it's gonna have some play. You can't do nothing about that. That's just the way it is. And besides, when it's sitting on the floor, it's gonna sit nice and tight, based off gravity and the kid's weight. Finished doing the installation, the whole build for the little Dodge Challenger HELLCAT. It wasn't a bad video. I think it was pretty fun. I like doing this. I don't want to do it for 257 different people because there's been a lot of requests lately. So this is the reason why we made this video. It's for you guys to attempt to do it yourself, give it a shot, and just don't be afraid, guys. Get some tools, get in the garage, get your wife, and do something special for your kid. If you have any questions, do me a favor, get in the comment section or go on my Instagram at manny.mopar, and you know, just shoot me a holler and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Yeah. All right, Chance. So if you're watching this video right now, that means Daddy's coming out with your car in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Surprise!
Requesting for the same video, so you got it now. My boy Daniel, he's gonna love this video. This is for his son, actually, so it's pretty special. It's a family thing. If you got this far, chances are we're already celebrating, and Chance is having a great time with his toy. So until next time, guys, do me a favor, please do that subscribe button. I need to have more followers, more content, so it can be created, so you guys can have more fun. Until next time.